So even though I'm not fully participating in EML, it is one of my most favorite retreat of the year because it gives me a wonderful opportunity to renew my monastic aspiration and to review which area I still need to work on and which area I have a good handle on. So today I would like to share one specific area that I used to struggle with frequently in my early monastic life, but gradually overcome it. It is my I can't attitude. So when I reflect on my I can't attitude, a self-defeating mentality, I realize that there are several contributing factors in this deeply ingrained mental habit, such as shyness, passivity, lack of confidence, fear of the unknown, fear of failure, attachment to reputation, and narrow mindedness. In addition, confusion to what to study and practice and what monastic training entails regularly flooded my mind, drowning me in doubts, anxiety, and stress, dissipating my physical and mental energy. I strongly believe that fears, doubts, and um, doubt, and confusion are the two many main factors contributing to this increasing negative habits. Worst of all, I let my growing stubborn resistance to monastic training challenges nourish my I can attitude and eventually paralyze my capacity and potential. As the result, I turned down own opportunities or chances to open up, to explore, to even try, and especially to discover who I was for a few years. I still remember vividly all the good excuses or valid reasons that I used to justify my I can attitude. For example, I can give a talk because I'm frightened of public speaking. I can facilitate safe because I have no experience doing that. I can skip medicine meal because I have a fast metabolism. I can take the 8-mile step because I have a light headache in the evening, since we have only one meal that day. I can stop eating dairy because cottage cheese is the only source of protein. I can cook Vietnamese food because the Abbey doesn't have spices or ingredients. The most recent one was that I can't give a long talk during the Shikshamana training because I don't know what to say during 1.5 hours. In addition to all the reasons and excuses that I came up with, I usually caught myself thinking, it's too hard, it's impossible, I couldn't possibly do it. Very fortunately, a few years ago, I was able to find out what practice worked for me and what I need to study to establish a strong foundation as a baby nun. I'm also very happy to learn more and more about what monastic training entails and its benefit of living in a community. It seems to me that all aspects of my daily practice, on and off the cushion, and monastic training nourish, support, and complement each other perfectly. Amazingly, this right combination has boosted my self-confidence, courage, clarity, and determination, and helped me gradually overcome tackle my monastic training challenges one at a time. The first and biggest challenge for me was to overcome my fear of public speaking by giving a talk. When I started believing that I could do it, this positive attitude has had a powerful domino effect on me. It has helped me progressively overcome my canned attitude over the years. However, still very clear of my physical capacity, so I still respond that I can't when being asked to do anything that is beyond my limitation in an assertive way. I'm not a superhero yet. To be honest with you, I find monastic training in my early monastic life very, very challenging, but it has become more fun, enjoyable, and fascinating. So you might wonder how I tackle my I can attitude. So I want to share a specific example with you. When I was assigned to be a Pratimoksha reciter, I had to learn how to walk, how to bow using the bowing cushion, how to offer incense. I also need to learn how the entire posada ritual, understand my role very well, and rehearse my role a few times after the posada setup so that I feel comfortable and confident in this role. I did not jump in hurriedly or impulsively without any careful preparations, but with a motivation to do my best. So if you have an aspiration to ordain, instead of asking yourself, how do I know that I'm ready for ordination or should I ordain? I would like to invite you to come up with specific steps, take action to make it happen, and not just to do intellectual planning or preparation. It seems to me your next step will be what do I need to do to prepare myself for Anagaraka training in order to explore and examine your monastic aspiration and then prepare for ordination afterwards. In conclusion, I want to share a quote from a reflection, Stretching Yourself, that I find very inspiring and helpful. It said, when we continue to choose the comfortable and familiar, we end up shortchanging ourselves. We never give ourselves the opportunity to stretch out of our perceived limitations, our fears, our self-consciousness. So we really don't let our potential blossom forth. Life is far more than what our conditioning tells us. So for the ELers, I hope that attending this retreat will help you gain more clarity and become can-doers instead of doubters like I used to.